Did you know that no one in the world has ever seen the actual finished Neuschwanstein Castle? Today we are changing that because we are entering rooms that were never completed in reality or are strictly closed to tourists. We are looking at how the fairy tale King Ludwig II actually planned his castle, including his crazy visions for aviation. This app is the start of a whole series of VR reconstructions and shows us technology that was far ahead of its time. In the description you will find all the links. My name is Thomas and you're watching Voodoo.de VR. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
Voodoo.de.
Okay guys, here we are in the app Ludwig II, and we have different scenes here. Some of them are like Prologue, some of them are outside views, some of them are even unrealized, things that we couldn't see before because it was just a vision and of Ludwig II. And yeah, let's just have a look, a quick look in all of the scenes. Like this is only Prologue. Start. We have also a quiz here. Look at this. Here he is.
Ludwig II of Bavaria was born on August 25th, 1845, at Nymphenburg Palace in Munich. He belonged to the illustrious House of Wittelsbach, one of the oldest high noble dynasties in Germany. Ludwig spent most of his childhood and youth together with his younger brother Otto at Neuschwanstein Castle in the Allgäu region, a place steeped in legends and myths. Surrounded by the breathtaking scenery of the Bavarian Alps, the young prince began to dream of an idealized world shaped by medieval romance and artistic passion. His father, King Maximilian II of Bavaria, remained emotionally distant toward him. Ludwig's relationship with his mother, Marie of Prussia, was also marked by reserve.
Is that cool?
Although she was artistic.
So, as I said, I don't want to spoil all the things there, right? Because you want to experience yourself. I just want to have you a quick look in all of the scenes. Like here is the history of the Neuschwanstein Castle.
Neuschwanstein Castle is a significant architectural monument located in the Bavarian municipality of Schwangau in the Allgäu region. It rises on a rocky outcrop about 200 meters above the valley at the northern edge of the Ammergau Alps. Construction began in 1869 on the commission of King Ludwig II and continued until 1892. Designed in the neo-Romanesque style, the castle draws on the forms of medieval knightly castles, not as a historically accurate reconstruction, but as a romantic idealization of the Middle Ages. With approximately...
Is that cool? There's still the prologue. We will have much more interesting stuff soon. Like this is the airship now. And later
as early as 1882, years before the first successful Zeppelin flights, the Swabian engineer Gustav Koch developed a visionary concept for a steerable airship in Munich. His aim was nothing less than controlled, navigable travel over long distances, an idea far ahead of its time. Although the French engineer Henri Giffard had already carried out the first experimental flight of a steam-powered airship in 1852, its controllability was severely limited.
That's cool. They built now it's gonna get more interesting. Look at this. Start. And now look at this.
Neuschwanstein Castle has towered on a steep rocky outcrop high above Hohenschwangau since the 19th century.
That's so
nice. It was built for King Ludwig II of Bavaria.
So we can
in 2025, it is designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site as part of the King's Castles. With around 1.5 million visitors each year, it ranks among the most significant monuments of German cultural history. At the very beginning of our virtual journey, an airship hovering above the castle catches your eye. It points to a little-known technological vision of the time, an idea that will be taken up again at the end of this tour. From 1869 onward, Ludwig has the castle constructed. For him, it is far more than a residence. It is a Gesamtkunstwerk, a total work of art, an immersive staging of medieval, legendary dream worlds. Inspired by Richard Wagner's stage works, Ludwig creates a deliberate counterpoint to the sober reality of his time. Architecturally, Neuschwanstein belongs to historicism, a style that recombines elements from past eras. Romanesque and Gothic forms are heightened and romanticized, giving rise to an idealized knight's
This
castle.
is insane, right?
What appears to be a medieval structure is, in fact, a highly modern technological masterpiece of its era. The castle features central heating, running warm water, toilets with automatic flushing,
Wow, yeah.
an electric call system for the servants, and even early telephone lines. The central areas of the castle are largely realized. The gatehouse with its entrance
That's
is
so
built,
cool.
and
They
during the
show
construction period,
things
Ludwig
here.
occupies a modest apartment here, overlooking the building site. The Knights Building, planned as a functional and guest wing, and the Kemenate are also constructed. The term Kemenate derives from the Latin caminata.
This is cool, right? And now we go inside. We can load the scenes here.
The throne hall of Neuschwanstein Castle is
that
located
cool?
in the western
And we can
main building,
even walk
the
around
palace.
here.
Here it becomes clear that Ludwig II understood his kingship not as the result of worldly power, but as a divine calling.
Look at this.
This
so
space
nice.
is not a political hall of representation. It is a visionary temple, the sacred culmination of his medieval Byzantine dream
I
world.
love it.
Ludwig II had the throne hall designed as a monument to a spiritual concept of kingship, inspired by the Grail legend and the idea of a legendary Grail hall. Architectural models for this
Wow.
vision were the all
Is that cool? We can visit all the scenes here and can learn about. There's also a quiz if you like to do
The
that.
King's Study is a functional room at the heart of the opulent royal apartment on the third floor of the palace wing. Along the walls unfolds a cycle of
Look at
murals
this.
by the artist Joseph Egner, depicting the medieval
this
Tannhäuser
is
legend,
a good
later
graphic
reinterpreted by
quality
Richard
here.
Wagner in his opera. The scenes portray not only Venus, but also the singers' contest at the Wartburg, as well as Tannhäuser as a penitent before Pope Urban IV in Rome.
Wow.
Within this cycle, an allegory of temptation, penance, redemption, and the seeker's struggle for divine.
Nice, right? Now, this is the gatehouse apartment.
The gatehouse of Neuschwanstein Castle is built as the first phase of construction. Here, on the second upper floor, King Ludwig II establishes a modest temporary residence. At this time, his magnificent apartment in the main building is still unfinished. From these rooms, the king personally oversees the progress of his dream castle, absorbed in plans, sketches, and designs. The central room of the apartment is the
could
living and
sleep
dining
here.
room. A continuous wall painting tells the life story of a squire.
Nice.
Oak furniture with elaborate carvings, green.
And then this is an unrealized scene, the vision of Ludwig II. And now this is
The
what
Knight's Bath
no one
is a
saw
planned
before.
but never realized two-story space located in the Western Palace.
Wow.
Today, this area serves as the castle's exit zone. Only an enlarged historical design drawing on the wall recalls the bath as originally envisioned. The design is based on a concept for a knight's bath at the Wartburg. Developed during its
Crazy,
19th
right?
century restoration and clearly influenced by Moorish bath architecture. From a modern perspective, this idea appears both curious and somewhat amusing,
throw
as the fantasy draws
the
on a motif
rose
common in
leaves
medieval
down.
poetry. From a gallery above, virginal castle maidens scatter rose petals down onto the bathing Grail knights.
Is that cool? Nice idea of Ludwig II. This is the Moorish hall.
The Moorish Hall was planned as a two-story high space of shimmering splendor, an
Wow.
extraordinary project that
Also
Ludwig was never able to
unrealized.
realize. The hall remained a vision. It was intended to be located in the Western Palace, directly beneath the throne hall. A richly ornamented ceiling, inspired by the Moorish architecture of the Alhambra, was meant to conceal the
Like, if Ludwig II could see that I'm here inside his vision with a VR headset, this would be his dream, I think. This is crazy, right? Wow, it's so nice. And there is also another one coming soon, the Singers Hall. It's not finished yet. So you can see there's a lot of cool things there. Of course, the scenes are much longer, what you can learn, you can walk around. It's a nice app. We can also, we have language here. Of course, we have also German. Like, I switched off the music because of copyrights. You have subtitles if you like. Really, really nice. Nice learning experience. So let's go back to the studio and talk about it. So guys, Ludwig II Virtual Neuschwanstein. Really, really nice. So
if you know me a bit longer, you already know that I love all kind of VR apps that are not like stupid shooting or so. Like, as you can see, VR is not just gaming, it's also learning and exploring. So for me, I think I saw Castle Neuschwanstein as a child from far away, like in the background or something like that. I always wanted to go there, but I never had the time or so. And now I saw it in VR, and also I saw things that Ludwig II had in his head but never realized. That's really, really nice. And also, there are some other scenes that you didn't see in my video that you can also explore. Like, you see the map here of the Neuschwanstein, and also like the airship is more explained and things. This is absolutely what I love in VR. These kind of things. Here, for example, the airship and so on. Like, cool. And also the price of $7.99 is okay, because I think when you go there, it's much more expensive, of course. And this is interesting. Also, there will be some other things unlocked later, and also there will be other experiences of VR dynamics later on. Really nice. And not only on the Steam version I showed you on the Pimax Dream Air. Why did I do that? Because this is an ultra high-end headset, one of the best that you can have right now. And these scenes look much better with this high resolution and OLED displays. It looks like true, like in reality. That's why I use this headset. If you are interested, check out the link in the description below. Or you can buy it on MetaQuest. It's also $7.99, and this is like experience on the Quest Store. You can save 10% if you go via my coupon link in the description. So guys, that was very interesting. Thank you for VR Dynamics that they made a cool VR experience to learn something and not another VR shooter. That's really cool. So all the links in the description. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya.
Bude.de